Welcome to Scientiflow. In this video, we will see how to perform molecular docking using Scientiflow's execution mode in just a few clicks. In this demo, we will be covering 4 types of docking workflows. Blind docking, site-specific docking using a co-crystallized ligand, site-specific docking based on residue numbers for one protein with multiple ligands, and site-specific docking based on residue numbers for multiple proteins and multiple ligands. Let's explore each of them step by step. Open the Scientiflow platform and navigate to the Project section. Click on New Project. Enter your project name. Select the Protein-Ligand docking template. And then click on Create Project. Now, to demonstrate the different docking methods, you'll need to create separate jobs for each workflow. Let's begin with blind docking. Open your project and navigate to the Jobs section. Click on Create. Enter a job title. And then select New Job. Provide a job directory and click Continue. Next, choose the pipeline mode of execution as blind docking. You can customize the pipeline options if needed, or proceed with the default parameters. Then click Continue. Now, upload your input files. To upload the protein, click on Upload. Select the file from your local machine and upload it. The protein file should be in PDB format. Similarly, upload your ligand file, ensuring it is in SDF format. Once the files are uploaded, keep the exhaustiveness and number of modes as default, and click Continue to proceed. You will have the option to choose the mode of execution. We provide 2 modes, Scientiflow Execution Mode and Self-Execution Mode. In Scientiflow Execution Mode, you don't need a GPU-supported system, and you only pay per sample you run. Whereas in Self-Execution Mode, you require a GPU-supported system and an active subscription to run your jobs. For this demo, we will proceed with Scientiflow Execution Mode. For all the docking workflows demonstrated here, make sure to select the Scientiflow Execution Mode. Below, you'll see the pricing calculator. Enter the number of protein-ligand pairs you are working with. For example, if you are docking one protein with one ligand, enter 1. If you are docking one protein with 20 ligands, enter 20. The estimated cost will be calculated automatically based on your input. After estimating the required credits, you need to purchase credits, so click on Buy More Credits. Enter the required amount and proceed with the payment to complete your purchase. Once you are done, you can submit the job. Now let's perform site-specific docking using a co-crystallized ligand. You'll create a new job under the same project, or new project with Protein-Ligand template under which you are creating job like this. Now you'll create a new job under the same project. So, go back to your project. Navigate to Create Job. Enter a job name, select New Job, and provide a job directory. Then, proceed to the next page. In the pipeline mode of execution, select Site-Specific Docking with Co-Crystallized Ligand. Under Pipeline Options, you can adjust settings as needed or stick with the default parameters, then continue. After that, upload your protein with the co-crystallized ligand in PDB format. Your ligand file in SDF format. Keep the exhaustiveness and number of modes as default, and click Continue. Choose the job execution mode, select Scientiflow Execution. After that, use the pricing calculator again to estimate the cost, purchase credits, and submit your job, just like before. Now, let's perform site-specific docking based on residue numbers for one protein with multiple ligands. Follow the exact same steps as before, create a job, enter the job title and description, either in the same project or a new one with the same template. The only difference here is selecting the pipeline mode of execution as site-specific docking, residue number based, one protein with multiple ligands. After choosing this mode, navigate to the next page. upload your protein file in PDB format. Then enter all the residue numbers you wish to target for docking in the specified format. Make sure you leave space after comma for each residue number. Next, upload your ligand files in SDF format. You can select and upload multiple ligands here. After that, follow the same steps as before. Use the pricing calculator to estimate the cost, purchase credits if needed, and submit your job. Now, let's begin to perform site-specific docking based on residue numbers for multiple proteins and multiple ligands. Again, follow all the steps like before. Open the project, create a new job, and enter the job title and description. Then, navigate to the next page. In pipeline mode of execution, select site-specific residue-based docking for multiple proteins and multiple ligands. After that, upload your protein files. Remember, you can choose multiple proteins. Then upload your multiple ligand files. Next, you'll have an option to upload a CSV file. Download the example file from the interface, open it to edit. You will see two columns in the sheet, protein and residue underscore number. Edit the entries in the protein column by entering the exact names of your protein files, including the .pdb extension. For example, one of the protein file name that I uploaded is 1u19, so I enter 1u19.pdb. Then, in the corresponding residue underscore number column, enter the residue numbers where you want the docking to be performed for each protein. For example, if the residue numbers for my protein are 20, 28, 30, and 35, so I enter them accordingly. Also, make sure to leave a space between each residue number. Similarly, edit the entries for all the proteins you have uploaded. Once you've completed this, save the file with the same name and upload it back into the platform. Then, calculate the required credits, purchase them if needed, and submit your job. You will receive a notification email once you submit your job. After the job is completed, you will receive another notification. You can then return to the interface where you submitted the job and directly download the results from there. Once you downloaded your results, open the downloaded file, and inside, you will find a folder named Output, where all your output files are stored. You will also find a file named Scientiflow Docking Report. This report will first include the methodology used for the docking process. Below that, you'll find the docking results, including details of each protein, each ligand, and their corresponding binding affinities. For every protein-ligand complex, you will see the binding affinity, a 2D interaction image of the complex. Below you will have a link showing the location of the corresponding docked complex. Each complex will be detailed in the same manner throughout the report. And then, note that for both blind docking and co-crystallized docking, you can upload multiple ligands as well as multiple proteins. This allows you to dock multiple proteins against multiple ligands in one workflow. To summarize, there are 4 modes available. The steps to follow are: first, create a project. Next, create a job. Then, choose your pipeline mode of execution. After that, calculate and purchase credits. Finally, submit your job and get your results. Thank you for watching.